We live in a fantastic age. Everything that can be automated will be automated. Anything that can be digitized will be digitized. Anything that can be shared will be shared. Robotics is leading the wave of creative destruction, eradicating jobs through faster, more advanced, and ever more superior human-like technology. Self-driving planes, remote-controlled grass cutters, robotics that can take the place of humans, self-tidying offices, automated clothes press, even automated delivery. This would mean that humans would have less and less to do. Consider the growth of mobile phones and how fast they have developed since the Nokia of the late 90s. Each year, something new and powerful is enabling us to do more for less. The job losses are phenomenal. Amazon replaced countless bookstores as well as bankrupting Borders, which in 2003 had more than 1,200 stores. The selfie replaced the Kodak moment, and digital cameras wiped out the film industry.
Many of the things that can be, for example, robotized, mechanized or digitized will be robotized, mechanized and digitized. And therefore, all this disruption, including the nature of work, the future of work, the future workforce, as well as the entire work environment and the labour market is also changing. And therefore, there will be job obsolescence. Some companies may have to reorganize, re-strategize. Workers must be aware that gone are the days where we have lifelong jobs and we have lifelong companies.
How can workers arm ourselves for an uncertain future? I turned to a union leader of the National Taxi Association to understand his thoughts on the taxi driving industry.
Now we are trying to make a new era for taxi industries. We have to reform. We have to revamp the taxi industry to help the drivers to go for a better prospect and income too. How are we going to reform? We can say that, example, Nokia, you can say it's a sunset. But we got Apple and Samsung coming up. It never be sunset. It's that how we make things different. From a button phone to a touch screen. That's all. Because we also hope that NTUC also could encourage taxi drivers to go for training. Because nowadays, everybody just trying to drive hard to make the income enough for the day. But we are looking for the future, then a training is compulsory.
What I've suggested is what I call developing the pie-shaped skill. You should have at least 2 deep skills and of course horizontal skills. Why I say 2 deep skills? Because if, let's say, the particular skill that you are trained or you were equipped with becomes obsolete, and then you have a second skill to fall back on.
I spoke with Wee Seong, a local lawyer, on his thoughts about acquiring pie-shaped skills.
The first time I ever heard the term T-shape was T-shaped skills came from, he was then Justice of Appeal B.K. Raja, he's now Attorney General. He was saying that he was talking to people in the legal industry, and the people that they were looking for were people with T-shaped skills, specializations in one area, and a very broad knowledge. And now I think we're looking at pie-shaped, because one set of specializations isn't enough. I think that is the simple truth of life. You need to have a few areas of specialization, but in order to make use of the specializations, you need a broad base of knowledge.
Wee Seong believes that the thirst for developing skilled work should start very, very young.
Should we consider, for example, as part of our O-level and secondary school development, reintroducing things like area cleaning, school maintenance, do it yourself? Should we encourage more self-sufficiency? Should we, for example, as an O-level level subject, include a general life skill module where we say, for example, train people in nursing or basic EMT skills? I was watching this Japanese girl when I was in London. I was visiting a friend's dormitory, was in the LSE, and she could cook really, really well. I mean, she was doing a cabbage soup, and the way she was chopping was like a professional chef. So I asked her where she learned to cook. She said she went to a girls' boarding school in Japan, and as part of their training, they had to spend time in the kitchen. Everyone took turns to help in the kitchens. Now, in English boarding schools, the juniors actually clean the dining hall. So surprisingly, you'll see a lot of these upper class Englishmen are actually quite good at getting their hands dirty and actually know how to clean up. Should we take a look at these upper end boarding schools in more developed countries and say, look, why do they make their students suffer? Why do they send them into a kitchen to cook where they might accidentally cut off a finger? Why do they make them clean tables? Why do they make them clean the house? Because I think it stops them from becoming overly self-entitled. I can replace anyone who cannot think for themselves, who has no initiative, whose work can be replaced with an automated robot. What I cannot replace is human initiative. Okay, you can't replace human initiative, the ability to look at a problem, think outside the box, and find an alternative solution. Right? Robots can implement instructions very quickly and probably faultlessly. Someone has to give that robot instructions, and somebody has to decide which system to use if there's more than one system available. So there will always be a place for someone who is able to decide what the problem is and then find a solution.